Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. It's Corked Stats, the fastest freaking show in MLB, absolutely anywhere. With your homeboy, with your fucking boy, yo, Big Johnny Stud, coming to you worldwide, Brooklyn, New York, as always. Coming out that damn chair, as always. Italian Tasmanian devil out the cage, baby. All right, what's up, Spartans? Sorry about the, being late. If this continues, it's been a recent trend. I may just bump the show back to 9:10. I'd rather have all the updated data. Split data and stuff, comes in when it comes in. You get what you get and you don't get upset. All right, yeah. Who was tailing along yesterday? Another profitable day. Back over that comfortable kind of like 2% ROI in the year, which again is amazing when you're giving away all your edge like I am. fucking time it back to you motherfuckers. That game was what, 6-0 going into the 8th. And I did this last time we got hammered also. I was like, oh, we have the Nats, they're gonna lose. And it wasn't. It was the Diamondbacks to blow that fucking 6-run lead or 7, whatever it was. This time 6 runs. And I'm going, uh-oh, Miami is up 1. Fairbanks is probably gonna focus, excuse me. And he got it done. He looked pretty strong. Marlins get the win. And Arizona held on. I don't fucking know how, man. I have no idea. All right, enough of that shit. More of this, yo. Best part of waking up. Pitching sheets in the mug. I skipped past the afternoon stuff. We'll circle back to a board read. My throat is not going to make it, yo. Usual suspects up in the comments. Good to see everybody. A good morning to you, Trent. No block. The nose knows. Jeff L. will work for me, brother. Sam, good to see you. Adonis up in the bitch, as always. I love this doing. This is great. Bell BTCH says, I'm home. Welcome back, baby. Baseball's version of 300. Give the book nothing. Take from that motherfucker everything.
This is Sparta!
Word up. All right. You know what? One last thing I wanted the big nose for. Second day in a row, I deferred away from the blend bet, right, where we had 2 favorites that we liked. I shouldn't have yesterday because both of the run lines were plus money. Unlike the other night, when it was Yankees and Red Sox, they were like, again, when you get into run lines on the negative side, it's a different story. Yesterday, Detroit, Milwaukee, kicked that ass. Could have had all 3 of them, though. Could have had all 3 of them. I didn't do it because I was being a fucking pussy. So, it's not even being a pussy. I don't think it's the smartest way to do it. Because if one team blows it, instead of losing, you could still take a loss and get a win. If they cover and that plays out. These are heavy favorites for a good reason. So, man, I don't know if my voice is going to make it. Mackenzie Gore on the bump for the Rangers. My ears are clogged. I can't even hear myself. They're on the road in Tampa to face my boy Ian Seymour and the flat fucking fish of Florida. Rays coming in at 143. I do like Seymour. That feels a little bit rich. What is the answer? It's always the fucking same. Whenever you find yourself kind of question, because, Mackenzie Gore's been really good, it's home road stuff, right? I bet you anything. When you have these kind of questions, like, I wonder why Ian Seymour is such a heavy favorite over Mackenzie Gore. And there it is, Seymour's been fantastic at the crib. Sub-1 whip plus 20 KBB. Meanwhile, Gore is one of the big home road split guys this year. I'm not the biggest home road split guy. But a fact is a fact is a fact. If you're backing Mackenzie at home, you have money in your pockets. If you're backing him on the road, you got Ugatsa in your pockets. You got a fucking pocket in your pocket. You got a pocket full of air. Last 30 days have been gross as far as ERA, but always, always, always worth pointing out. Expected ERA and Sierra both below 3.8 with the KBB over 21. Mackenzie Gore is good, right? And he's, not to say unlucky, these guys make their own luck. Sometimes he can be a little bit wild. Offenses versus lefties. I think you got to give the edge to Texas. Now, I guess I kind of bypassed Seymour outside of the home stuff. He's been good. We've liked Seymour. I'll back it up. What's the issue? The elevation profile plus the misses have turned into home runs. So we like Seymour, but he's a low velo guy. So when you get teams that, hit, he can be in trouble. Texas right now is humming. Sorry, I got to do a little scrolling. One of the better offenses out of the box. Last 7 days during the break. I'm surprised at the pricing a little bit. Then you get into the bullpens. And I'm like, man, I wonder if I'd like an over here. A lot of mixed signals, right? Texas also, has the dreaded bullpen emoji. There's a couple of those piled up today. Look at the entries. Latz back-to-back. Junis back-to-back. If they don't go 3 in a row, Texas is fucked today. They are not getting the outs. You know what this feels like to me? This feels like a double result. And I don't even know where you fucking find that. I know DraftKings has them, but I can't go shop it right now. But that's what this feels like. This feels like a double result. Where we got the Texas F5 with the Tampa win. Or I think you're just leaving it, again, worried about the scoring, in which case I'd go to the over. It's 7.5. It's feeling pretty low. And if it's a even money 7, maybe we got 7.5, maybe we get a 7. Not the case. It is baseline. So this one's probably priced fairly. Again, I have Tampa for the slight win with the bullpen stuff, but I can't get to minus 143. And even with the bullpen stuff for Texas, I don't really have the confidence. Again, I don't think we have the offensive edge here. Next up, my boy Joey Cantillo on the bump for Le Gardien. Fucking Guardians, yo. Oh, my God. Again, we had a winning night. Maybe I need to just sometimes be like, hey, when you play 4 games or 5 games, one of them is going to suck, right? Part of life. But, Gavin Williams was ridiculously good. And the Guardians got shut out by the Reds bullpen. What? Oh, my gosh. I was sick to my stomach over that one. So Cantillo on the bump is a minus 135 favorite over Brady the Wedding Singer and the Redlegs. And these guys there's maybe a little bit of a Spider-Man gif going on. Both are better than the stats would suggest. Both kind of low velo. Cantillo more strikeouts, Singer better control. But neither one of those chases, both trying to get by, keeping it down. But Singer, without that strikeout stuff, has really been summarily punished. 21 homers and 103 innings is a lot, man. Though he's been really great as of late, if I'm not mistaken. Also decent at home. And that's a tough place to pitch. You would think Singer would be the opposite and be much better on the road. Not the case. Cantillo's had his struggles on the road. Though they've both been pretty damn good last 30, in particular Singer. Totals are high, right? 5 and 9. Models to the under. Risky proposition. Anytime you're going under on the moon, right? One of the moon games. Sacramento, Cincinnati, Coors, sometimes Washington, depending on the weather. How did that A's game come in? I didn't have the... Oh, I'm sighing because one of this year's lessons has been, believe in yourself. Fucking corny. But honestly, you did the work, you did the analysis. We're using proper risk management. Go get it. We were under the Angels game. I didn't bet it. I don't know. I felt funny. We were under the A's and Red Sox game, right? And these games coming way under. These games are coming in 2, 3, 4 runs under the total. And, it's a loss, It's a loss for me because we talked about it, and I just had sand in my puss and I couldn't fucking pull the trigger. This one maybe not as strong because we do have a road favorite, so we are implying that ninth frame. But yeah, I think we're kind of asking for a lot. Guardians bullpen's been good. I worry about the Reds doing it again. So I think we got another one where I'm probably just on the sidelines on this one. Just looking at it, sorry about the stammer. Just looking at it, this feels like a classic mistake spot for me, where I feel like I would have bet Cantillo minus 135. Again, not blind. I don't want to be a jerk off, but like, I know a little bit too much about this stuff to be betting it blind. Seeing that number imply, there's all fucking waves of information. Like Beautiful Mind. And you're thinking, we've got the edge in pitching, we've got the bullpen. Maybe the offense is a little split, and I think that's where we lose it because the Cleveland offense here, let me just highlight this. Just how bad Cleveland's been. Last 2 weeks in general, so 445 plate appearances, disgustingly bad. And I'd imagine the righty stuff isn't particularly filthy. They haven't hit righties this year at all. Cleveland versus righties, I guess it's a little bit better than maybe I expected. A couple more home runs in the bag than I thought. But not enough to push me on anything here. Again, I'm leaning under, but nah. Next up, Randy Dobnak on the bump for the Royals. It's going to be 1,000,000 degrees out in Minnesota to face Joey Ryan and the Twinks. What the fuck is going on with Joey Ryan? I got to check. I forget if this is I feel like he missed a start, right? I swear this guy is constantly popping up on injury reports and then making the start, right? And it was an arm, too. I thought he was going to miss some time. He pitched 9 days ago. So it's not on regular rest, but he wasn't, out. And I'd imagine he didn't have a rehab start. He did not, just to confirm. I'm iffy on this, too, man. I don't buy Dobnak. And I think, as much as I like Joey Ryan here, let's get into the Ryan stuff. Ryan, hashtag very good pitcher. Randy Dobnak, hashtag definitely not. That sub-1 ERA is the ultimate, negative regression monster fucking looming. Nom, 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 like fucking Kobayashi, bitch. So Dobnak is most definitely going to get fucking served, no matter how bad the Twins offense is. I run the hitter model, and we've got Minnesota to score. I think Dobnak is ass. I don't think you're going to get distance. I also think the Kansas City bullpen is ass. There is not a redeeming quality for the Twins. I guess we'll get the offense in a second. So as mentioned, Ryan, fantastic season. Very. When you look at this, there's not much to say. We're going to dog pile that. 110 ERA, 22.5 KBB, 29 CSW, nearly 32.5 ball rates. Fantastic. It's the elevation stuff. Now, Ryan can get away with it because he doesn't offer free passes. And even with a good fastball, sometimes when you're he is constantly up in the zone. You ever watch Joey Ryan work? He is he lives up there. He lives up there. He loves that shit. Because you know what it is? He knows hitters can't lie off it. So he's always willing to risk. There's really only 3 outcomes in those. It's a sweet, because there's not as many takes as you think, because he's very good at spotting it. And hitters hate with a fucking passion. They hate taking high called strikes. That gets you fucking wedgied in the fucking locker room. So he knows if he could spot chin, big nose, and not forehead, he's going to get looks. And you're either going to get a whiff, a pop-up, or unfortunately for him, the third one is a home run, in particular in this kind of weather, right? So I'm a little bit worried. I think I'm leaning on this. I think I'm liking this over. I wonder if we can get a... Oh, man, it's going to move to 9. So the 8.5 is minus 120. That shit ain't going to hang around for long. If you want a piece of it, you got to get it now. Again, Dobnak, I just think is going to get destroyed. 2.5 KBB, expected ERA in Sierra north of 5. That's how we find regression in a nutshell. Neither offense has been good at all, man. Casey stinks. They were without Witt. Now they lose Vinny P yesterday. I don't know if he's going to be out. I generally assume 1 day out. I think it was a hand that he maybe got hit. I'm sorry. I don't know. So like maybe he DHs hurt, or maybe he like, I don't know, sits a day. So that's obviously a ding on the totals, which basically just says to me, man, Royals offense is heading in the fucking tank. Well, it says to me, we don't want to go over a 9, right? We don't want to go over a 9 and need the 10. I'd be a little more willing to pay out a couple fucking fazuls of juice than need to get that extra run, because it is a little bit worrisome. And of course, as always, with the heavy favorite at home, you really can't imply that last run. And again, I have Minnesota for a pretty clean win, but you can't pay minus 175 for below a half a run, right? If we were talking about the parameters that I talk about all the time, if I actually make like a checklist, I probably should make it, because if I make it and put it up, you people will fucking help identify them. It'd probably help me get it done too. So, yeah, I guess we're over. I probably spent too much time on it. Next up, Cam Schlittler damn near killed her on the bump. Oh, Yankees starting to get a little bit of respect again. They've got the bullpen emoji. Bednar is unavailable. They're minus 150. Favorites on the road against Davis Martin and the White Sox. Funny, because earlier on in the season, we would have either been smashing an under or betting, a White Sox. Like, I would like a White Sox F5 run line in these spots. But the Martin stuff has really kind of fallen apart. You know what? We have afternoon games. I want to get under the hood of Davis Martin. Because, again, this is a guy that we've liked. This is a guy that we've bet on and been very profitable on. But you got to be careful. Chasing the 3.49 ERA, first of all, is not really... I don't know what the word is. Is the word contiguous? I don't know what the word is. It doesn't really fit with a 127 whip. That's kind of backed up in indicators, although the Claude bot is saying be careful. He's not a +4 guy. Claude is closer to the real ERA. And even though I didn't build it, math is math. I also recently checked it and got the same results. It's something. That's why I put it up. I like to be disagreed with, right? I like the scrutiny. But you could see Martin, as of late, the inability to get ahead, the lack of in-zone winning, kind of coming back to haunt them, even though there are some likable pieces here, right? 43 ground ball, 33 hard hits, sub-6 barrel, half a homer 9. These are all very good. As of late, this is the part I wanted to get at, because he's also been very good at home. Davis Martin, last 30 days, 6 ERA, 6.29 expected, 5.69 Sierra, and a 1.2 KBB. 1.2. Just that dog don't hunt, right? You can't do that. So I'm curious to see. Let's see when this went wrong for him and if we can identify something wrong. You know what I'm getting off this game log? I'm getting Jesus Luzardo vibes, where most of these games are fucking money. They happen to be front-loaded before the blow-up started. And, he's given up 4 earned runs. This is Davis Martin, 2 of the last 3. He did that earlier in early June, where he gave up 6, went 6 shutout, only to come back and give up 9 at the Yankees. Oh. And the starts in between are good. So let's see if even if we call it June, we could pick up on like an Arsenal change or something, and then I promise we'll move on. These are the things I like to sink my teeth into, because I think it matters. I think this is how you get ahead of the market on pitching. His pitch mix is erratic in the first place. Not as far as pitches themselves, but the actual kind of utilization. I'm seeing more sinkers than I'd like. Funny, the games with the curveballs, he's gotten it. I'd like to see spike curveball use. It's a good pitch, but he's struggling in those games. I wonder if that's just a lack of feel for other stuff. So I don't know if I can get it either way, but if I can't validate like a bullishness, I don't know. I think maybe Martin's a little bit better than we thought, but the Yankees are starting to hit a little bit also. I guess it hasn't been against righties. Or Isn't against lefty. Who the hell are they hitting against? They don't hit lefties for shit. They've just scored some runs. There you go. You know what is the answer with this one? You should know the answer. It's stolen bases. When you're wondering about a team that's not really hitting but they're producing, bet your ass they're going to be at or above league average during that time frame in stolen bases. They matter so much. So I don't know. I don't know if you could really buy this Yankees offense. I don't think I'd want to pay a tax here. And the bullpens have really been good. Yankees may be less of a surprise than the White Sox. But like I mentioned, the Yanks do have the emoji. Bednar was not only... He's back-to-back and 4 of 5. He's unavailable. Hedrick back-to-back, Hill 2 of 3, Angel back-to-back at 3 or 4, and Duvall 2 of 3. Yankees bullpen is on the ropes a little bit. Right off the bat. So maybe I like an F5 under, but it's probably at 4. Which means I just wasted my fucking time. Yeah, again, I like to look for plays for people, but we shouldn't force it. And I don't want to. Another one. I think the Yankees win. We getting a little more love for the model with this one. At least we're above the half-run grade. When I'm above a half-run differential, to me, it's not like defaulting to a favorite if I'm pairing it somewhere. Like, the Yankees could fall on a DDP. I think they're a good parlay piece. Because, again, I'm not really buying the Martin stuff. I'm not really buying the White Sox offense. All right, let's go. Matty Boyd and the Boyd boys on the bump for the Baby Bears, alliteration aside. Chicago's minus 120 favorites on the road in the very hot weather against Dustin May and the Cardinal. Boyd's been really damn good the last couple starts, if I'm not mistaken, when we fast forward to the end. See, now it depends like what you think of indicators in small sets. 267 ERA, 112 whip. Boyd, last 30. But all the indicators are around 4.5. The KBB right at 10, which is not great. And May, who was pitching really well, I think when that injury came, maybe he's still a little fucked up. I mean, he looked really great in the last one. And I was making this point to Kyle last week. Shout out the Sauce Crew. First time me getting to work with the Spoon Man. Spoon's man cool. TV Jones are really cool. Me and Toast are I think me and Toast might be related somewhere. And then Kyle was just like the Nick Fury of this shit. So shout out all those guys. Kyle was negative on May the last time we linked up. He ended up being right, Although, shit, I can't remember if it was 2 before or 1. Either way. He thought things were falling apart for May going on the game log. However, there were back-to-back blow-ups. One was the injury game on the way out, and then one is the fade game on the way in, right? The game that we were not betting ever in the fucking first place. In fact, I like when guys get blown up there because it usually positively affects the price in our direction to get on it the next time. Then, of course, he just had a blow-up. That's what I'm trying to get at is those were sandwiched late June and early July with the IL stint. Then he pitched really well in 3 of 4. At Arizona kind of fucked him a little bit. He was wild with the walks. First time he had walked 4 batters, did it back-to-back games. And then he was really good versus Cincinnati. And I feel like, May, I think, maybe is good. And that I think the timing of the box score watch might be leading us a different direction. Let's get under the hood just real quick. May has some of the funkiest shit you're going to see. Like his sweeper, the spin rate has got to be the highest in the league, or if not one of them. It's over 3150 RPMs, which is completely nuts. And if I'm not mistaken, he's like a little dude. Isn't he a little dude? Isn't he a short king? Oh, no, he's 6'6". I thought maybe he was a shorty, like me. Because he's got an excellent extension. He checks the box for the 10-mile-an-hour disparity, 4-seamer to off-speed. The contact profile is very strong. In fact, he's been unlucky there. I'm kind of buying back on May. I think May is okay. I do. Now, it's Boyd and the Cardinals lefty stuff, which have been horrendous. Cardinals versus lefties. Sorry, that's last 30 overall. My bad. The lefty stuff, it's a sellout. profile. What do we mean when we say sellout? For any of the new listeners, please support good people doing good work. We're like less than 10 people from fucking 1,000 subs. I can't believe it, yo. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe the success we're having. Really, oh, thank you, everybody. If you're, I gotta get it. I had a friend of mine say this to me. He's probably all glazed me a little bit, but it's true. He was like, dude, once people get a hold of yours, and again, he's not, anybody that sees your show gonna like it. The people that like it, you got them for good. Because there's nothing like this. I mean, besides every game, every day, all the stats, plus execution, right? We're talking price, we're talking sharp shit, we're talking fucking soft markets. We also talk about prolapsed anuses. Hey, can't go wrong, right? So, yeah, like and subscribe and all that stupid shit, because it matters entirely more than it should. I'm going to get into the comments after this game. I see them starting to pile up. So the Cardinals versus lefties, when we mentioned a sellout thing, right? Again, that's one of the things I believe you get when you rock with us, right? Me and you, the Corked Stats crew, doing the thing we do. Everything I do is about saving time. Shorthand is one of those things, right? The data is so great because it's such a tremendous time save, right? Once you build that template, the muscle memory kicks in, and boom, you're hitting the ground in second, third fucking gear instead of building every day, only for the, shore to come in and wipe away your fucking sandcastle. So we like to attach terms to teams and players. No, a sellout team. You're going to get low average. They're losing in zone, right? I might even call this sellout plus, because a lot of times sellouts do imply bad strikeout stuff. That's not been the case. The chase is right at average. The in zone stuff, like I mentioned, is bad. However, I'd like to see more pulled balls. Generally, the sellout teams, with the hard hit rates that you're seeing and the high line drive rates that you're seeing, when there's more pull, you get home runs. They have less pull, so you're getting more doubles. Oh, I wonder, man. I was trying to not say talk myself into, but I'm feeling the Cardinals upset today. But man, Cubs offense is a fucking wagon right now. Just one of the better right hand hitting teams out of the break. Because the bullpen goes right to the Cubs. So maybe that's an F5 play. Like a Cardinals F5. It's even money full game. I want a break on it. It's the same even money first five. No, it's actually minus 105. I might be out. I don't know. I'm not really doing you guys much help here other than maybe go hang with the significant other today. Man. If I could get plus money on the F5, I think you could sell me. But it feels like the way May has pitched, the price would be better for us. And it feels like the book, the books / the public / the, other minds out there are kind of on this. If you see, I've got the Cubs for a win, so I'm probably off this one also. Shit, man. Next up, Hayden Wisniewski, my boy, my fucking boy, back, yo. Good to see it. Love when my guys get healthy. Houston's on the road, minus 135 against Grayson Rodriguez. Plus 112 for the Halos, and they have the bullpen emoji. Oh. Zaferjan 2 of 3, Bachman 2 of 3, Natera and Silseth and Fermin and Farris all 2 of 3. Sorry, Fermin was back to back. That bullpen kind of, I thought they stunk. They were pitching really well. Now they've caught some up, and the workload stuff is rough. And as much as I like Wisniewski, he is in the debut start. However, I want to shout out my guy Poods. I forget who we were talking about. Oh, I think it was Scherzer. Yeah, it was Scherzer. How to handle, rehab stuff is very difficult. First of all, I'll go 10 fucking toes down, yo. That weighing pitchers at 100% in their return game is flawed. I'm also starting to think, right, only Siths speaking absolutely. Only Siths speaking absolutes. There it is. But you got to be weary, but not always. And this interests me because this is pulling the curtain on how I get to shit also. And it's rehab stuff. We've talked about we're looking for a good amount of rehab. We're looking for stretch workload. We're looking for production. We're looking for command and control. And finally, we're generally looking for a 5th inning. Now, Wisniewski got almost all of these, which is why I'm on the fence here. 5 starts, all in a row. 3, 4, 4 and 2/3, 4, 4 and a third. So distance, I think it has to be a little bit worrisome. But overall, he's really good. Struck out more batters than innings. Just 4 walks, just 5 earned. So, it's looking pretty strong. 2.25 ERA, 1 flat whip, and a 21 KBB with only a half a homer 9. For Wisniewski coming up. The reason I say it is I didn't want anyone to kind of jump at me if we end up on Houston to win. The worry is this. I have a lot of runs on the board, yo. I've got a lot of runs on the board. Because Rodriguez has been terrible. And I've been modeling him down. But again, even with a good four-seamer, you can't throw it 54% of the time. Hitters are waiting on it. He doesn't get ahead. His breaking stuff doesn't get over for strikes. He's living in the zone and then getting bashed. All the misses are getting tanked. 55 hard hit, 54 hard hit, whatever. It doesn't make a difference. Nearly 11 barrel. Again, Rodriguez not very good. Houston offense should get the edge, but they've both been terrible last 2 weeks versus righties. Neither one has kind of found their groove second half, other than outside of Yordan Alvarez, the GOAT. Again, I give Houston a bullpen edge. But if you're looking at the last 2 weeks, even with the not blow-ups, even with the cough-ups, I'd call it. Because I think they took L's, but they weren't like these, total destruction. Angels have been getting it done at the end of the games. So I think that's why we're not way over. Maybe these totals are sharp. I kind of like Houston to win. I think the bullpen thing ends up being the big separator. But I do also often talk about, because mentioning the checklist, right? One of the things on the checklist would 1,000,000% be pump the brakes and be careful, right? Anytime the losing team, right, the team we're betting against, is over 2.5 through 5 and 4.4 through 9, and you're getting both of that. My thinking had been at the time, if you're looking for a win with a team that we're admitting has a mean outcome with a shit ton of 3s, why not just bet the team total, right? So as I say that again out loud, that kind of sounded like it made sense. Houston's 5.5 plus 105, which is just this board sucks. This board sucks. Oh, really quick before we move forward, let me do some comment cleanup. Again, I appreciate everybody jumping in and participating. There are people kind of going off each other. Yo, Don Eduardo, good to see you, kiddo. My boy, good to have you back. Ricky Bobby the one. Great day to have a day. You know it, player. Joe Chris, love to see new names. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a little bit. Team Comeback, up in the biatch. Love this, man. Tyler Markham, there we go. USMC. Oh, my people are up in here. Clash with RJM. New names, familiar faces. Yesterday, the Dodgers gave me the finger in the coolie. If you know. You wiggle it just a little bit. Yeah. Wiggle it. Sorry. Oh, man. I was going to say I go off the rails at midnight when I haven't slept. I live off the fucking rails. I live off the rails. B-Rose, as always, super sharp. I think we're simpatico, homeboy. He says, not stepping in front of the Texas O with anybody. Yo. So, again, this is funny. I don't have on-off splits for baseball. Right? It's more of like a football thing. Texas's on-off splits with Wyatt Langford have got to be insane. I love Langford. He was like one of my fantasy guys. The injury stuff is so fucking depressing. But legit, just look. When he plays, they're a completely different offense. So, yo, I hear you. Yo, we were just shouting you out. TV Jones up in the peach. Good to see you, my friend. Just shouting out. He's part of that Sauce crew. Make sure you get with these guys. He's also been on. I have terrible fucking short-term memory. Maybe the edibles are shit. Anyway, let's get through this, man. Oh, Spoony. Spoon Man. Shouting you out too, kiddo. Good to see you. Good morning. Everybody should be following Spoon, TV Jones, Toasty, and Kyle, of course. Minus 200. I haven't washed my fingers after yesterday. Yo, man. Oh my gosh. I caught the fist on that Arizona game, and I try and be an example for people. And sometimes I have to make a fool of myself. It is what it is. I don't give a shit. I was trying to come to grips with how I was going to deal with another 6-run loss yesterday. These are not supposed to happen. We had 2 in a 3-day span. This would have been 3 in like an 11-day span. That's not supposed to happen. We're not out here turning around fucking game. We're not getting that. Right? Those couldn't be who? Me? Couldn't be me. We're not ever down 6 and winning fucking games. That shit never happens. Thank goodness Arizona got it done. Thank goodness. I was watching it, and as I was crying in the Curbs group chat, I didn't want to put it online anymore. People like judging, man. I was collapsing. I was in piss, yo. I was down so fucking bad. But you just can't. You can't let that stuff beat you up. Spoon was talking about the second half splits. Is that Ryan? Probably, right? New name up in here. P Custom 3253. Last MLB season most profitable. This season has driven me nuts. Okay. Oh, Josh Dub, crowd favorite, my homeboy. Good to see him, my man. Also, he says I talk myself out of every bet. The bad ones, isn't that the point? Isn't that what we're doing here? Right? That's what we're doing here. It was, what the fuck did I want to address? There was something I just wanted to address right there. I fucking missed it, man. It was you, Custom. You had written something. Fuck, I lost it. Whatever. There was something I want to say about talking about losing and shit. Anyway, I guess we'll get to that. I don't know the point. Yeah, Josh, not betting. I hear you, brother. I hear you, man. If you gotta forgive me, I don't know the paid sub list. If you're paid, hit me up. I wanna send it back. I'm gonna keep you on board. And you hit me up. That's from me to you, kiddo. And all right, let's move this bitch forward. Next up, Patrick Sandoval on the bump for the Red Laundry. They're on the road in Sacramento. It's gonna be blazing hot against Jake the Snake fucking Lopez, plus 130. Delg on the road. Man, I got to be honest. I got this modeled so close for a plus 130. I should probably be betting on the damn A's. I don't think I trust either one of these guys. Sandoval's 3.21 ERA is screaming negative regression. Between the indicators and the single digits swinging strike, sub 25 CSW, generally the things I look to fade. Now, I have to give it up. I guess he's been a little bit unlucky, 391 BABIP. Certainly, however, I believe that's being balanced with a 5.5 homer fly ball, which ain't going to fly. Sandoval, if anything, is always kind of pitching to contact. And I think that's what I'm worried about. So let me go to the end. Even if this doesn't turn into like me kind of dogpiling this guy for being terrible, because Sandoval has pitched very well on the road, I think this environment and this contact profile don't work together. Right? You could just get that another time. It doesn't. Why you don't want, all the zone, everything in the zone heading back into the fucking field of play. But the A's offense has been, wonky. They keep missing pieces. It's hard to judge them like that. Meanwhile, Lopez, who has had filth at times, he's been atrocious this year. There isn't a thing he's doing well. 3.5 KBB. This one is like an over or nothing for me. Red Sox have actually really started to hit lefties. It's, man, you got to give it up to the Red Sox right now. They got motion, right? They've got the motion in the fucking ocean, and they're doing it. They're going to add some pieces, and they could get a lot better. They have a lot of the core that you're looking for. You got pitching. Added Bennett into the fold. He looks like a fucking stud. He was, they lose yesterday? Whatever. But yeah, Boston on the come up. They hadn't hit all year. Now all the splits are starting to kind of fill. And it's the A's are the worry here if you're looking for the over. Because the Boston bullpen's been so good. I wonder if maybe we just should be looking at maybe a Boston team total. It's also 5.5 minus 125. The lines are fucking crazy today, man. The lines are crazy today. I'm out on everything. I don't think I have a single thing, that I'd be certain I want to run to the window to fucking smash. at all. I'm out. The total's too high. You need 11 runs in this one. I'm modeled under, but everybody should know when you see the Heat and both teams at 5, right? That 5 plus 5 equals 11. We are certainly not on the under. This is not yesterday's game. Yesterday's price is not today's price. We were on the under yesterday and debating. This is like not even fucking close. You know what I mean? All right, last but not least on the nighttime slate. Well, then we'll do the doubleheader as part of the afternoon pack. My voice is starting to sound like I was gargling with fucking gravel this morning. Emerson Hancock on the bump for the Mariners. They're on the road plus 125 dogs. Off a win against the Dodgers and Eric Lauer. I think Hancock versus Lauer is the game I'd be looking for the upset in. But Seattle does have the bullpen emoji. Munoz 2 of 3, Ferrer back-to-back, Bizzardo 2 of 3. So they're a little bit affected. However, Munoz is 2 games 43. You could see him if they really need it. Ferrer, the pitch count was low. So I don't think Seattle's bullpen is disqualified. That said, if you're looking to jump on Lauer, you almost want the F5 anyway, right? Like why? I don't see the appeal to going 9 frames and giving those Dodger bats more opportunities. To me, that's the worst thing, right? We want to we know what we're doing. We know what we're sneaking. We're fucking sneaking in and out. We're trying to grab the cookie and get out of the kitchen, man. Yeah, same number. You get plus 125 with the F5. That's what I would go. I would go with Hancock over Lauer. I think he's the better pitcher. He hasn't been great, but he's certainly the better pitcher in this one. I'd like to see Hancock get more of the cold stuff over. I guess we all should have known the way he was pitching out of the gate was not going to last. Then he started to struggle, and I think then people tried to dogpile him, and I thought the answer was somewhere in the middle, closer to the good answer. Now, he's had some struggles on the road, but again, the whip is strong, and the last 30 days again, the whip is strong. He's dealing a little bit. I think Lauer is the fail point here, and I think the public just can't help but be like, Dodgers win. It's not. Obviously, they're going to lose 100 games here. I'm sorry. They're going to win 100 games. Even if you win 100 games, they're going to lose 62 games. Me, do math, So you got to find 62 fucking spots, minimum, that they're going to drop on. And I think it's, off the loss with the Dodgers not really hitting great. They've been good. They've been good. They're always going to be good, though. So when do you want to get them? Right now. They're losing in zone. They're swinging and missing like crazy. 14.3 swing and strike for the Dodgers in a 282 plate appearance sample against righties is pretty shitty. And that's what Hancock could do. He can generate some whiff. So that's what I'm hoping is the case. Again, the Mariners bullpen's been shoving. I don't know if I have a faith in the, usage stuff. But I think the Mariners win this bitch today. All right, let's do the early stuff. Josh, DM me on Twitter. I see. I have notifications after those. Here we go. We got a good one. Yo, Be Custom. Appreciate you, dog. Really do. Do you try any trend betting, John? Like, for example, home favorite game 1, it was swept. Okay, no. No. I don't. No. I understand to make up the example. That's fine. No, I don't do that. Okay. As a blanket, I don't do that because I can't test it. The things that I do think matter in that vein, like Kyle and Spoon talk about traveling, and Trevor, they'll talk about travel all the time. And I think that's a good one. Something we talk about in football all the time. Baseball, we kind of assume travel, right? Because they're always on the move, but they're not really always on the move. Sometimes they're home for 10 days and have to go, West Coast after a nighttime for an early one. And that's a situation we would care about. I know Kyle had this cool Marlins getaway day game thing. I can't quantify it. And it's incredibly profitable over the long term. Yeah, I think it depends what it is. I think if you find something and it's testing out, you should continue betting it. The Boomer example that comes to mind for me that is not any good, with doubleheaders, that was always a big Boomer thing. Home team loses game 1 doubleheader was like run to the book and smash the game 2. And that's turned out to not be a thing anymore. So I don't know if it's like, it might be analytics. I don't know. I don't know the answer. Man, I can't believe I have like no bets today. Let's see if we can figure something out in this early stuff. I'm going to just do a quick board read. I got to get out of here. My throat barely hanging on. He says teams facing a sweep on Sundays is very profitable. I don't want to say you're wrong because I don't have the data, but the flip side of that is you have to show me something. Do we have anything on that? Like that's the thing. I'm willing to be convinced. I want to be convinced, but I demand convincing. Does that make sense? So it's like I want to trust you, but I obviously can't be like, okay, I'm on board. Let's go. Fucking go. But yeah, if you're saying that works, post it on Twitter and tag me if you're on Twitter. If not, you can kind of DM me somewhere. Yo, Trevor, my man, Brewers 1.5. Said that. I had it yesterday. I backed off it to pair it with Detroit. They both fucking smashed, yo. Brewers looking really good right now. You know what I'm really looking forward to, my dude? I'm looking forward to the next big Brewers Pirates series. Like, this has the makings of like the new kind of like Yankee Red Sox and Dodgers Padres, like divisional kind of fucking warfare. Yo, Custom, I really do appreciate that. If you want to chip in, again, if it's on Twitter, I'll retweet you. We get maybe some people will follow along. Yo, totally appreciate all the help. All right, let's blow through the early stuff. Again, no stats. Hands behind my back on this one. Jesus Lizard on the bump for the fighting Phils. I mean, it's hard to bet on the Phillies without, Henderson is the man, T. It's hard to bet on the Phillies without the side guy, with our boy fucking Jake, man. Just to let us know if he's scheduled a scheduled win or a scheduled loss. He's, in case you're wondering what the fuck I'm talking about. So Jacob, who's part of the Kerms crew, has like a sixth sense on the fucking Phillies, and last I saw, had what I would otherwise think was a lie, his record. But I know the people who've done it and know he's got the receipts, and he's like the Philly whisperer, is what I mean. So don't bet on the Phillies based on what I say, based on what he says. This one feels like a pretty obvious fucking run line smash. I get it's really donkey-ish, but sometimes I think it's the answer. You can get the Phillies at the run line for even money. Let's see if I can build this on. I'm going to see if I can build a full game parlay on MGM. Yeah, Gusto I think stinks. No me gusto. And the Marlins have been all right, but we've really seen them fall off. And forget the losing streak. I think they were overperforming. They've had some fucking flaws exposed. Phillies. Oh, we have confirmation. Scheduled win. All right, so there you go. Hit the run line. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, Josh, did you see my handle up top? It's my last name, the number 12 at Gmail. Legeza12 at Gmail. Hit me up anytime. Brian says, I swear I just saw this episode 2 days ago with Wheeler. Oh, no, it's a repeat. No. Come on, we're back, baby. Individual events, individual outcomes. Individual events, individual outcomes. Jesus Lizard and the Phils with the cover, even money next up. E-Rod in Arizona on the bump. Oh, this is when I was looking at it before I knew what the afternoon games were. This is, to me, if I had to bet one, this is it. I need someone to explain to me why Jared Jones is only minus 131 against E-Rod. We kind of exposed E-Rod as a fraud. He got touched up a couple times. Arizona also has the bullpen emoji. Murillo back-to-back, Loiska 2 of 3, Ginkel 2 of 3, Thompson 2 of 3. Which leaves fucking Seawald, who pitched yesterday and got eviscerated, that fuck. That motherfucker. Oh my God, it was awful. Meanwhile, right, they're up 6. Of course, they give up 3 in the 8th. And I'm like, all right, we got like a rested Seawald. This should be okay. Now, me, because I'm a total, pessimist. One guy's on, next guy hits a homer. I start getting my tweet ready about how we're going to lose. Hoping, of course, that he's going to get out of it. Before I could even go check back, boop, another home run. And I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me, man. That was just craziness. But I think Jared Jones for the Bucks is the carrying tool here. I've got them modeled clear of a solid run. Listen, if we're over a run at minus 135, you have to hit that every single time. Next up, I also have another one that I think might be a bit of a misprice. The Macho Man Trey Savage on the bump for the Bluebirds is a minus 122 favorite over Zach Littell and the Nats. I know the Nationals have the offensive edge by like 1, 2, 3 orders of magnitude. Once, twice, 3 times a lady. But Blue Jays scored 6 yesterday, got 8 hits on the board, maybe starting to show a little bit of life. I know Vlad went down, which is never good. But although he's been so bad, maybe it helps. I think we've jumped the shark here. I think Toronto is the better team. Whitney Savage on the bump than Littell. I think Littell is particularly bad. I think his style of pitching doesn't work in that building. I'm just not buying it. Again, we're pushing up on a half a run disparity on the model inside minus 125. I mean, if you're not going to bet this, it's down to minus 120, which means what? You could probably you could probably trail. Yeah, Josh says Guerrero's out, I figured. Thank you, my friend. Okay, so trailing is something I like to do in betting. It comes from trading. Now, you have to understand inherently you're going against the market, right? So that's part of it. If you don't believe in B Custom says Vlad's not sponsored. Yeah, I know. It has been. Don't remind anybody that took him in the fucking first round, for real. You know what I'm saying? Just a total fucking disaster. Of course, I derailed myself. What are you gonna do? Can't be that important if I fucking forgot. Next up, my boy T-Raj on the bump for the Orioles. Oh, I'm trailing price. All this matters because it's important. Okay, you have to go up against CLV, which is part of it. If you don't go up against CLV, this is not for you. I don't think you should be afraid of baseball CLV. I don't think MLB CLV is not NFL CLV. Saturday morning, Sunday morning, NFL CLV is the sharpest fucking market in the betting world. Hands down. You should not go against it unless you pre-planned it. Okay, that is okay. So if you're saying, I know this opinion isn't popular, the market does not like it, and is going to continue to not like it. In this example, Toronto was minus 25. It moves to minus 120. Why even take minus 120? I was okay at minus 125. Minus 125 now becomes your trail price. Meaning, if the minus 120 moves back to minus 125, you enter. What this does, though, is allow that price to run in the other direction. That minus 115 might become minus 112, might be minus 110 by the time we finish. Who knows? People hate the Blue Jays. Maybe they see Vlad is out and they were an underdog. You don't want, now your price is no good. So it's weird, right? It's almost like a double-edged CLV sword because you are capturing, but you have to be going up against it. I found to be extremely profitable, and then the trailing part of it is boop, 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 boop. So it's minus 120, we're at minus 125. It moves to minus 115, we're going to enter minus 120. It moves to minus 110, we're going to enter minus 115. And we continually lock in profits as the price moves, i.e. trailing. Wow. That right there, worth the price of admission. People pay for this fucking advice when they do trading consults and stuff, so I don't know, support good people doing good work, doing my best out here, working my ass off every single day. Okay, T-Raj on the bump for the Orioles. They were on the road against Tariq Skubal. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm under the 7.5. That number is at minus 120. So it's probably going to close at 7. Since I'm parlaying right now, I'll take the little bit of juice. I don't care. Part of me likes Baltimore full game run line. Skubal is excellent. I'm struggling to wrap my mind around Rodgers being such a heavy dog with Detroit having to be the lefty. Detroit's lefty stuff is horrendous. And Baltimore's been smoking lefties. So I don't think they're going to beat the hell out of Skubal at all. But man, I think Baltimore's fucking live. Baltimore is live to win this. They are. Baltimore's live. That said, in the event that they win, I still think it's very low scoring. So I'm going to go under the 7.5, my pairing. But just be wary. I think minus 180, even on Skubal, I think is bad chalk. I think that can get you in trouble. Let's see, what do we got here? Yeah, no doubt, man. You guys don't have to thank me. I do what I do, trying to do the best I can, help as many people as I can, and we run through this crazy world together. Next up, the Braves are bringing back. Trevor was right at the Diamondbacks. Oh, he's got Diamondbacks. You're going against me? Oh, you're going against Jared Jones? Yar, matey. You're going to pay for that one. Braves are returning Smith Shawver, who I don't think should be a favorite against Sean Manaea and the Mets. I don't think I trust Manaea either. So I think this 8 is too low. I have both teams modeled right to 4 on the nose, and that's what I think this is. And it's a little bit of a cop-out, but that's what I think. I think we're going to get some runs. I'm not sure where it's going to be. I also think you'll see these teams being careful with bullpens because they have the doubleheader. Braves bullpen's been as bad as they've been all year anyway, which I think leans into the over as well. So I'm on the over. I want the flat 8 though. And if it's going to cost me a few cents, I'll give you the minus 122 or whatever. I'll give you that for the flat 8. Especially in a parlay, I think you give up the juice because you don't want that to knock you down. Next up, Shane Drohan, right? Don't mess with the Drohan. Or also you got the drone strike. Those are not mine. I make up enough of my own. Cheesemakers on the bump, minus 130 favorites on the road against the Web Slinger, Logan Webb, and the Gigantes. San Francisco Treats are plus 108 at the crib. Oh, I'm torn. I have this one as a... Oh, where is it? That's what I got. The best I got. I've got this one modeled correctly. I think Milwaukee wins as the better team. Man, the 130... Is it still 130? If it's still 130, maybe we should be on Milwaukee. I mentioned it before, and I want to be consistent. It is. And being near that half-run disparity, that's been something I've picked up on over the years. Half-run, minus 130, you go. Oh, we go. And Webb's been very hittable. I don't trust that bullpen. So I don't think this is defaulting to the favorite. I think Drohan is a better pitcher. I think Milwaukee's a better offense. And they have the better pen. I think maybe I saw the name Logan Webb. But the San Francisco offense is back in the fucking tank. They gave us a really great run and then... All right, last but not least, Gabriel Hughes on the bump for the Rocks on the road against the winged line Griffin Canning and the Padres. I've got the Rockies win this one straight up. I think Hughes has got some stank. I think the Rockies' offense is good enough. Padres are the better team. But it's plus 125, and I think we could eat here. Now, for the sake of transparency, I have building a parlay on this as we're going. And I'm going to... Hold on one second. I'm going to put the Rockies run line in the parlay. Because, again, I think that's, similar to knocking down... Similar to knocking down the over from 8.5 to... What the fuck? I can't get in. Bitch. Oh, there we go. Come on, yo. I think you played the conservative route. Sorry, I'm getting fucking verified and shit right now. The reason I mention this is I wouldn't generally recommend that play. I don't think they're plus EV plays. I don't think paying minus 170 to hit a run line, a plus money run line, the plus 1.5 run line, excuse me. I don't think that's a good play. If it's in a parlay, I do think it makes more sense. Because we don't want the Rockies bullpen to fuck us as the last leg this afternoon. It's a 56-91 for all you sports fans out there keeping score. We've got our afternoon delight. This is the Skyrockets in flight. Corked Stats afternoon delight. Phillies run line. Pirates win. Blue Jays win. Baltimore Tigers under 7. Braves and Mets go over 8. That's game 1. Brewers get the win, and the Rocks keep it close, and that will do do it, everybody. Thank you for picking up what I'm putting down. It means a lot. Yeah, bang the fucking parlay. And that'll do it. I'll see you in the Twitter streets. Hit me up if you have any questions. Don't forget, football stuff is up hot and heavy. The new sheets are going to be fucking glorious. The old sheets are still good, but the new ones will be glorious. Fantasy football ranks are getting updated kind of all the time. There shouldn't really be major moves right now. Right? I don't want to be influenced by little news nugs, but I'm making my moves. And as we approach football season, getting ready to get on that shit. Cannot wait for the first reception ladder of the season. So that'll do it. Enjoy the games, enjoy the day. When we're done with the book, enjoy the pay. And remember, when you work this freaking hard, the winning